Hey guys, in today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to create a room entry detector. So I guess this is more useful for you teenagers out there, but sometimes when you're out the house, you want to see if someone's entered your room without your permission while you were gone. To see maybe if your sibling was sneaking around or maybe your parents were checking for stuff. I'm not too sure, but it's really up to you. And this little simple device using an Arduino Super Starter Kit will allow you to make this project. So this is all the parts required. So what you need is a breadboard, a button, an LED, any LED will do, any color, 220 ohm resistor. This is a motion sensor for the Arduino. If you can see that, that's the HCSR04. It's motion sensor with 4 pins. And you'll need some assorted wires as well as the Arduino. So I have six short length wires and 2 long wires. So to assemble, so what this system is going to do is you have this motion sensor. You place it behind your door, and when the door opens, it will detect it and store that the door has been opened. Then, when you press a button, it will light up the LED the amount of times someone has entered your room. So the LED will blink the amount of times that someone has entered your room, allowing you to see did anyone go snooping around my stuff while I was gone, etc. So for this tutorial, what you want to do is you want to first of all set up your motion sensor. So place your motion sensor on the board. Any 4 pins will do. And I'm not sure if you can see this, but on the back you have little writing. You have ground, echo, trigger, and VCC, if it will focus, yeah? So you want to connect those respective wires to those pins, based on those pins. So I'm just going to connect it like this with ground on the left into the breadboard, like that. Next, I'm going to take a wire and attach the trigger pin, which is the third pin from the left, to the Arduino. I'm going to connect it to port number 9. And you just plug that in, port number 9. Next, the echo pin. If you need help finding these, you should look at the back of this. Let me see if I can zoom in to give you guys a better perspective. Yep, perfect. So then I'm going to take the this wire, plug it into the echo pin. Echo pin is going to be plugged in here. I assume you guys know how breadboard works, so I won't explain it. You want to plug it into number 10. The button pin is going to go into number 7, so this is number 7 right here. Plug that in, and just we'll keep the button on the right side. Why not? This will be the button. Okay, pressed in. That's the button right there. And you want to plug it into the same line as one of the metal pins. Then, 1 second. Let me just check the rest of the layout to make sure. Yep. Next, we want to attach power to the motion sensor. So what we've done so far is we've attached the motion sensor here, but we've not actually connected it to power. So how do we do that? On the left side of the Arduino, you'll see a little port labeled 5 volts. So you want to plug one end in here, and the other one, on the other side, next to motion sensor, there will be a port called VCC. So you plug it into the VCC port. Next, obviously, you need a ground. So we're actually going to use one centralized ground because we have 3 devices that use the ground cable. So we're going to use this secondary row over here. If I can find a pen so I can illustrate a bit more. We're going to use this secondary line over here, this row. So we're going to want to take the ground pin, plug it in here, and connect it to this area. If you can see that, this one. Next, the button also needs a ground, so we're gonna connect this side also to the ground, which is this row. And the LED also needs the ground. And then we need to connect this row to the ground. So I'm going to take a green pin, connect it to this line, and we're going to connect the other end of this wire into the ground. Where's the ground? Ground is right there. You can see based on the Arduino's the numbers on the Arduino, you should be able to see which pin is which. Then for the LED, we're just going to place it right over, let's place it right over here. I know it's getting a little bit messy considering the number of wires, but just bear with me. So we're gonna wanna connect the LED for this code into number 13. So this is number 13, orange wire goes into number 13. And obviously this connects to the positive side. So it's going to be the longer, you can see the upper line is longer. So we're going to want to connect pin number 13 to the longer line. Then ground, of course, is the negative terminal. You connect the ground to the line of the breadboard that we're using for the ground, and there you go. That should be the circuit fully set up. So as you can see in this circuit, we have a button, an LED, and a motion sensor. So now I'm going to show you guys the code. Okay, so this is the code for the Arduino. You can see that we have all of our constants defined. And this is the code for this program. So what you can see, we've defined the trigger pin as number 9, the echo pin as number 10, the button pin as pin number 7, and the LED pin as pin number 13. So you guys, if you want to change the pins because perhaps you're incorporating this as part of a bigger system, you can just easily, for example, just type in number 11 and upload it. But for this tutorial, we're going to stick with the original button codes. Next, we have previous distance 0. You just set the integers in the setup area. Not the setup area, this is where you define stuff. This is the setup area, so you see we're beginning communication with the Arduino. We've set the trigger pins as output and the echo pin as input. So the trigger pin is essentially what activates the ultrasonic motion sensor to send out a wave of sound. And the echo pin input means when that sound bounces back and is detected by the thing, the echo pin will detect it. Next, we have digital read button pin. So this allows us to detect what the button pin is giving to the Arduino. This is a little piece of code to prevent the button from having that little bounce. So, you know, I'm not sure, but like the Arduino sort of, no, not the Arduino, the electricity sort of, the graph sort of vibrates a bit and you want to eliminate that. Then we just have, this is the ultrasonic sensor code. And this is the code that checks the distance and shows the count. And where is the LED pin? Okay, this is the LED pin. So all in all, this is the code for the Arduino. And I'll see you in the real world, I guess. Okay, now that we've done this, let's test if it works. So what we're going to want to do is I'm going to first of all pull up the Arduino code, perhaps on the side somewhere. So what you'll be able to do is you want to open your serial monitor in your Arduino IDE. Then you'll want to take this little device and you'll see that it's starting to detect the distance. So then you can place an object in front and you'll see the you'll see that the count is incrementing based on if it detects a motion or not. So right now the count is 4, right? Count is 5 now because of the change in distance. So now let's say you get back home and you want to see how many times the door has been opened and closed. So you simply press this button. Strange, why is that not working? Okay, I'll just troubleshoot for a bit and get back to you. Okay, so I managed to troubleshoot a bit and figure it out. So let me pull up the video so you can see it's just detected my hand. Now if I move my hand super far away, why has it stopped updating? Okay, there you go. You can see the count is slowly increasing based on how far away my hand is. So I'm just keeping my hand right here. And you can see it's detected 8 entries using the door. So we're just gonna click it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you can click it again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you can see that once you're back home, you can easily check how many times the door has been opened, and based on that you can see has anyone been snooping around your room or not. And if you want to troubleshoot, just check serial monitor. And remember guys, if you want any troubleshooting tips or you're having any problems, just make sure to comment. I'll be sure to read it and tell you what you're doing wrong. Thank you guys for watching. Remember, I'm going to be uploading more tutorials like this, so if you want, you can subscribe. And also like the video if you liked the tutorial. Thank you guys so much. Bye. Quick afterthought guys. This is editing reel and I've just realized that I forgot to add the resistor in parallel with the, not in parallel, in series with the LED. So I'm just going to show you how to do that. So you want to take your LED like this. You want to connect the LED in series with this. You want to take 2 wires and you just want to connect it normally. So pin 13, but this time you want to connect it so that the resistor is included in the circuit. Now I know it works without a resistor, however the thing is you don't want to risk damaging your LED, so I really would recommend you use a 220 ohm resistor. So if you guys are building this at home, just make sure that you add the resistor.